Welcome student to the video tutorial on random variable. Through this video tutorial, we will going to understand the concept of random variable. You will able to differentiate between discrete and continuous random variables, and you will be able to find the probability function and distribution function for the given random variable. First, we will see the definition of random variable. A random variable is a variable that assumes numerical values associated with the random outcome of an experiment, where one numerical value is assigned to each sample point. In algebra class, you learn about different variables like x, y, and maybe even z. Thus, in basic maths, a variable is an alphabetical character that represents an unknown number. In probability, we also have variables, but we refer to them as a random variable. A random variable is a variable that is subject to randomness, which means it can take on different values. Thus, a random variable is a function that maps outcomes of random experiments to the numbers. There are two types of random variables. A discrete random variable can assume a countable number of values. For example, number of students in a class. We always count the strength of the student in a class by integer only. We don't say like there are 4 students in class. So the quantities which are possible to measure in a integers comes under the discrete random variable, whereas the continuous random variable can assume any value along a given interval of number line. For example, height of the student. Height of the student can be vary from 4 feet to 7 feet. Like some student may have height exactly 5 feet, or some may have a height 5 feet 3 inch. So continuous random variable take any real value between the range. Now these are the examples of discrete random variable. Number of steps, number of phone calls, marbles in bag, cars in parking, mistake per page. All these quantities are possible to count in terms of integer. That's why it comes under the discrete random variables. Whereas the quantities like length, interest rate, volume of soft drink, time required to complete the job, product weight, all these quantities can take the any real value between the range. That's why it is represented by a continuous random variables. Now we learned that there are two random variables, discrete and continuous. Discrete random variable assumes countable number of values, and continuous random variable assumes any value along a given interval of number line. That's why for discrete random variable have the graphs like bars, and the continuous random variable has a graph like a continuous function. Here I have discussed some of the examples of random variable with experiment, outcome of the experiment, the random variable defined on the outcome, and the values taken by the random variable. So let's have the first experiment, that is rolling of a die. We get the outcome as any number from 1 to 6, and if the random variable x is finding the even number on the dice, then x is equal to 2, 4 and 6. Stock of 100 items to be sold. Then the outcome of the experiment is number of items sold, and random variable is also checking the number of items sold. So random variable x will take the values from 0, 1, 2, 100. So all these are the integers, that's why x is a discrete random variable in the first two cases, whereas the student test scores, the outcome of this experiment is 0% to 100%, and random variable x is percent score by the student. So random variable can take any value between the range 0 to 100. Some student may score 76.5 marks or 86.3, or some may score 90.2 marks. So it lies between the range. It doesn't take the integer value. So this is an example of continuous random variable. Similarly, going for tour is an experiment, and the outcome of the tour is traveled up to 500 km, and the random variable x is denoted by distance traveled. Then the random variable x will take the values between 0 to 500. So the first two example is of discrete random variable, and the last two are the example of continuous random variable. Now one more experiment is there, that is the tossing of two coins. We get the outcome as HH, TH, HT and TT. So these are the sample points of the experiment tossing of two coins. Now x is the random variable which is counting the number of heads in each sample point. So first sample point is HH, and the number of heads in this sample point is 2. For the second sample point, number of head is 1. Third sample point, again the number of head is 1, and in the last sample point the number of head is 0. So the random variable x takes the integer value as 0, 1 and 2. That's why it is called as a discrete random variable. Now we'll define the probability function for a discrete random variable. Let x be the discrete random variable that takes the values x1, x2, x3 and so on up to xn. Then probability of random variable x at particular x1 is denoted by f of x1. Probability of random variable x at x2 is denoted by f of x2, and the probability of random variable x at xn is denoted by f of xn. So in general, the probability function, that is probability at x equal to some random variable x, that is equal to small f of x, and this probability function is always greater than or equal to 0, and sum of all the probabilities, that is for all value of x, if we take the summation of f of x, it is always equal to 1. This is the most important points for the solving the examples. Now next concept is of the probability distribution function for a discrete random variable. The probability distribution function is defined as capital F of x equal to 0 for the interval minus infinity less than x less than x1, where x1 is the first random variable. So for the first interval, that is from minus infinity to first random variable, the distribution function has a value 0. For any example, it has a value 0. For the next interval, that is x1 to x2, it has a value f of x1. For x2 to x3, when x lies between x2 to x3, the distribution function has a value f of x1 plus f of x2. And for the last interval, that is the last random variable to infinity, the distribution function has a value 1, that is sum of the all previous probabilities. Let's have an example. Let x be a random variable giving the number of heads in a 3 tosses of fair coin. Then we have to find out the probability function f of x and the distribution function capital F of x. and we have to draw the graphs for small f of x as well as the capital F of x. Now the experiment is we are tossing a 3 fair coins. So the possible outcomes or the sample space S for this experiment is given by HHH, HHT, HTH, HTT, THH, THT, TTH and TTT. Therefore, cardinality of S, that is the sample points in S, is equal to 8, and on this sample space we are defining a random variable which is counting the number of heads in 3 tosses of fair coins. So these are the sample points. Now to every sample points we have to assign a random variable. Now random variable is counting the number of heads. So the first sample points contains 3 heads, second sample point contains 2 heads, third also contains 2 heads, next contains 1 head, next to that 2 head, again 1 head, 1 head and there is no head. So random variable takes the value 0, 1, 2 and 3, because if you toss a 3 coins, there is a chance to get no head or 1 head, 2 head or maximum 3 head. So random variable x is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. Now we are going to find out the probability for these different random variables. So probability of random variable x when it is equal to 0, that is probability of no head, is equal to 1 by 8, because there is only one sample point in the sample space which contains 1 head out of 8 sample points. Therefore its probability is 1 by 8. Next we have to find out the probability for random variable 1, that is probability of 1 head. Now there are 3 sample points which contains 1 head out of the 8 sample points. So probability for 1 head is 3 by 8. Similarly, probability for 2 head is 3 by 8 and probability for 3 head is 1 by 8. Now we have to define the probability function from this probability that we obtain for the different random variables. So it is given by random variable x has the value 0, 1, 2, 3, and for 0 we get the probability function f of x as 1 by 8. For 1 we get the probability function as 3 by 8. For 2 it is 3 by 8 and for 3 it is 1 by 8. Now we'll have the distribution function, that is capital F of x. For the distribution function we have to start with 0, that for 0 the distribution function has a value 1 by 8. For 1 the distribution function is 3 by 8 plus 1 by 8, that is we have to add probability function of 1 with the previous probability function, that is 1 by 8. So distribution function for 1 is 4 by 8, that is equal to 1 by 2. For 2 distribution function is 3 by 8 plus 3 by 8 plus 1 by 8, that is 7 by 8. And for 3 the distribution function is 1 by 8 plus 3 by 8 plus 3 by 8 plus 1 by 8, that is 1. Now the other way to represent the distribution function as capital F of x is equal to 0, because for the interval where x lies between minus infinity to first random variable which is 0, answer is 0. For 0 to 1 it is 1 by 8. For 1 to 2 3 by 8 plus 1 by 8, or we can say that 1 by 8 plus the next 3 by 8, that is 4 by 8. For 2 to 3 we have to add the previous probabilities to 3 by 8, that is 4 by 8 plus 3 by 8, that is equal to 7 by 8. And for the last interval, that is 3 to infinity, we need to add 1 by 8, 3 by 8, 3 by 8 plus 1 by 8, that is 7 by 8 plus 1 by 8 equal to 1. So distribution function always takes the value 0 for the first interval, that is minus infinity to x, minus infinity less than x less than first random variable, and it has a value 1 for the last random variable less than equal to x less than infinity. Don't put equal to sign, less than or equal to sign while equating with minus infinity. X is always greater than or equal to minus infinity, and for the last interval x is always less than infinity. This is the graph for probability function. On the x-axis we have represented the random variable which has a value 0, 1, 2, 3, and on the y-axis we have a probability function which has a value 1 by 8 for 0, 3 by 8 for random variable 1, again 3 by 8 for random variable 2, and 1 by 8 for random variable 3. And the graph for distribution function is given like this. For the interval 0 to 1, distribution function has a value 1 by 8. For the interval 1 by 2, the distribution function has the same value, that is 1 by 2. For the interval 2 to 3, the distribution function has a value 7 by 8. And for 3 to infinity, the distribution function has a value 1. These steps of 1 by 8, 3 by 8, 3 by 8 and 1 by 8 representing the probability function. Now, this is the next example. Here, a probability function of random variable x is given with the help of table. That is, random variable is taking the value from 0 to 6, and the probability function associated with the each random variable is mentioned in the table. Now we have to find out the probability for x less than 4, probability x greater than or equal to 5, probability for 3 less than x less than equal to 6, and finally the distribution function f of x. Here we will first find the value of k, because all the probabilities are given in terms of k and k is unknown number. So we know that the probability function f of x is always greater than equal to 0, which implies that k is also greater than or equal to 0, and summation of all f of x, if we take the summation of all these probability, it is equal to 1. So with this fact, if we take the sum of all these probability and equate it with 1, we get the value of k, which is 1 by 49. And that's why redefine the probability function with the help of table, that x has a value from 0 to 6 and replace k by 1 by 49. So probability function for 0 is 1 by 49. For 1 it is 3 by 49, and likewise for 6 it is 13 by 49. Now we will find the different probabilities. Now first they have asked the probability of x less than 4, that if the random variable is x is less than 4, then what is the probability? Less than 4 means we have to consider the probability for x equal to 0, x equal to 1, x equal to 2 and x equal to 3. That's why sum of all these probability will leads to the probability of x less than 4, which is equal to 16 by 49. Next, we have to find out the probability for x greater than or equal to 5. So for greater than equal to 5, we have to consider the probability at x equal to 5 and probability at x equal to 6, and that's why the probability for x greater than or equal to 5 is 11 by 49 plus 13 by 49, which is equal to 24 by 39. And probability for 3 less than x less than or equal to 6, that is equal to probability of x equal to 4, probability at x equal to 5 and probability at x equal to 6. That is 9 by 49 plus 11 by 49 plus 13 by 49, which is equal to 33 by 49. And finally, distribution function capital F of x is given by, for random variable x equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, capital F of x is, for x equal to 0, it is 1 by 49. For 1, it is 3 plus 1, 3 by 49 plus 1 by 49, that is 4 by 49. For 2, 5 plus 3 plus 1, that is 9 by 49. For 3, it is 16 by 49. For 4, 25 by 49. For 5, it is 36 by 49. And finally, for random variable 6, or for the last random variable, the distribution function has a value 1. So that's all for this lecture. In the next video, we will discuss some more examples with the topic discrete random variable. Thank you very much.